You know, for years, Google Photos has basically been our digital shoebox for memories, right? A place to just dump everything. But what if that shoebox could do more than just store your memories? What if it could actually perfect them? Well, that's exactly what's happening right now. It's a quiet revolution that's turning your phone into a full-blown creative studio.
Okay, so check this out. It's a great photo, a fun memory, but that giant trash can kind of ruins the vibe. Now watch this. With just a tap, poof, it's gone. And the AI didn't just blur it out or smudge it. It literally rebuilt the pavement and the world behind it. This isn't some far-off concept. This is what's possible on your phone right now.
So the big question is, how on earth is that even possible? Well, Google's rolling out a massive AI upgrade. And this isn't just about adding a few new filters. We're talking about a fundamental change, creating a new kind of creative partnership between you and your photo library. So let's break down what's actually new here.
Just imagine this for a second. Instead of messing around with all those complicated sliders for brightness and contrast, you can just type what you want. You could type, "Make the sky look more dramatic," and it just does it. It's that simple. And that's really just scratching the surface of how your entire photo archive is about to get a whole lot smarter.
All right, let's dive into what is, hands down, the most incredible new feature: the ability to edit your photos just by talking to them. I know it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but it's a real tool that completely changes the game for, well, pretty much everyone with a smartphone.
Look at this command, for example. It's so simple, so human. Make the dog smile. But think about what you're asking. Can an AI really understand the nuance of a smile and then create it in a way that actually looks believable? And there it is. Look at the result. It's subtle, right? But it's totally there. A genuine-looking smile on a dog. Now, this is way more than just a fun little trick. It's proof that AI can now understand our creative intent, not just our technical commands. Okay, making a dog smile is one thing. That's pretty cool. But what about something way, way more ambitious? What if you wanted to completely change the composition of a photo? I'm talking about moving a person from one side of the frame clear over to the other. Let's really go under the hood and see how the AI pulls off a feat like that.
This is where we find the real magic. It's inside a feature that Google appropriately calls the Magic Editor, and it lets you literally pick up an object or a person, move it, and place it somewhere else in the picture. I know, it feels like actual wizardry, but it's actually a super sophisticated three-step process.
So here's the crucial thing to understand. This isn't just a simple cut and paste job like you'd do in an old school editor. No way. The AI has to be smart enough to perfectly identify the subject you've selected, digitally recreate the background that was hidden behind it, and then seamlessly blend it all back together. It's an absolutely mind-boggling task when you think about it.
So, how does it actually do it? How does the magic trick work? Well, researchers have broken the whole thing down into 3 distinct stages. You can think of it as the method behind the magic. The easiest way to think about it is to imagine the AI as a super fast digital artist. First, it has to figure out exactly what you want to move. Then, it carefully lifts it out and paints in the hole it left behind. And finally, it places the subject in its new spot, making sure it looks like it was there the whole time.
The first step is called segmentation, and it is all about precision. Before anything can be moved, the AI needs to understand the exact outline of the subject, down to the very last pixel. This is the foundation for the entire edit. If it gets this wrong, nothing else works.
Okay, next up, the AI has to fill in that blank space it just created. And this is where it really gets to flex its creative muscles. It looks at all the pixels surrounding the hole, and from that, it has to imagine and then generate a brand new, totally plausible background from scratch.
And last but not least, the AI has to blend the subject into its new home. This is the secret sauce that makes the final image so believable. The system analyzes the new lighting, the shadows, the perspective of the new spot, and it adjusts the moved object so it looks completely natural.
So, that's the science behind the magic. But what does it all really mean for us, and for the thousands of photos we all have sitting on our phones? This is so much more than just a cool new feature. It's a fundamental shift in what a photograph even is.
Seriously, think about it. Your creativity is no longer locked behind your ability to use complex software. But it also means our photo albums are changing. They're becoming less of a perfect factual record of the past and more of a curated collection of our idealized memories.
And that brings us to a final, really fascinating question to think about. We've always sort of seen photos as a snapshot of reality, right? But as this incredible technology becomes just a normal part of our daily lives, you have to wonder, when any moment can be perfected with a tap, what does it even mean for a memory to be authentic anymore?